is different on StreamYard than it is in real life. That's why I always tell you guys to come in like at 10 after 8 because it's like 20 after on here. So
yeah.
But yeah.
Say hi to Jody. Say hi, Jody. She's not live yet.
Yeah, we are. We're live.
Yeah, we're live. She can say hi.
Hi. She didn't want to be with you.
Oh, so I thought you liked me. I like you.
There we go. Oh, we see her. We see her. There she is.
She didn't want to be live.
Oh, yeah. We got to put it up. I'm sorry. All righty.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Better.
Hello, everyone. This is Crossroads. I'm Jody. And Anthony and Sabrina are going to be my co-host tonight. Woohoo! And we have our guest, Miss Stacy Lee. Hello. It's nice to have you on.
It's nice to be on. I'm very excited to be here.
I don't know why. All we do is bullshit, you know.
Oh,
but that's what's cool about it.
That's good. Yeah. It's not all uppity.
Yeah.
Not snooty or anything like that.
That's the last thing that I am.
We're just bitches, right, Sabrina?
Yeah, we're bitches.
Yeah,
that okay with that.
I'll own that one as well, you know.
Oh, you want to join the club?
Well, here's the thing with that is, are we bitches or are we just strong women? Strong women tend to get labeled as bitches.
Exactly.
Ones that know what they want, get what they want, and go after what they want.
No.
Sounds like a plan to me. What do you think? Hi, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
He's always up on there.
I know.
Always count on Greg.
Hi, Greggy Poo. Yep.
I guess it's nice and quiet where Greg is. You know, Phillies were today.
Oh, did they not do well?
Mm-mm.
It was a hard game. Yeah.
It
was a hard one. Yeah, they lost today.
Oh.
So.
But are they still in it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not following it.
Huh?
I'm not following it, so I don't know.
Oh, boo! You a Pirates fan? You know.
I'm not a baseball fan. Let's put it that way.
But you
I like soccer.
Photos of baseball players.
No,
yeah, I could take photos of them, but I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, I have. I grew up in Baltimore, so I grew up with the O's and followed them all my life. But I just kind of got out of it now, and I know that they were doing well, and I haven't been paying attention. Like, are they still in it? Like, I need to get on and check. They are out.
They got out. Yeah, they got beat pretty bad.
Okay.
You know.
Greggy has his grandson tomorrow, so he's resting.
Gotcha.
He's
Yeah,
so
I'm not
cute.
Philly born, so I got to root for my Phillies.
Yeah.
I'm Philly born.
I am an Eagles fan, though, because we didn't have the Ravens when I was growing up. They came, I think I was in my 20s, maybe 19, something like that.
Yeah.
I like the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you like football?
Steelers fan. No.
Yeah, I like football.
Okay.
Football and soccer. Wrestling. I like high school wrestling.
Okay. Yep.
Football.
Taylor just was, doing our soccer today. So she's resting over here.
Did they win?
Oh, it was really practice. Yesterday.
Oh, practice. Okay.
Yeah. It was just practice, but still.
Our teams are in the districts right now, so.
Oh, nice.
So we're crossing our fingers.
Very nice.
That they do good.
That is good. I hope so. I don't have any. My children aren't into sports. My daughter is a scout.
Hi, Kyle.
Scout, not a Girl Scout. So we spend a lot of our time in the woods and camping.
That sounds awesome.
Hi, Kyle.
Yeah, I like that. When my kids were little, we went camping a lot.
I think that's where my love of Bigfoot came in, was all the camping that I've done, and all the things that I've heard.
Probably, right?
And all the
It's hot.
yeah. She's like stripping. Oh no, not that type of girl.
Hey, John. I gotta go hot all of a sudden.
Now the party's starting. We got some hair.
Oh, we're getting them all in here now. All right, Stacy, let's hear all about you. Let's see what we don't know about you. I don't know very much.
You don't know much?
Well, I read about her.
All right, take it away, Stacy.
It's all up to her,
I hate this part. Like, this is the part. Like, how do I describe myself? I'm just me.
Well, you're
and
the star of the show tonight. So you have to be.
Well, first and foremost, I'm a therapist. I'm a social worker, actually, my day job, and I've always felt like been called to being a healer. Pretty much my entire life. When I was younger, I had a lot of experiences with spirits and communication with spirits, and didn't really know what it was. And I always, a lot through smells. I get a lot through smells.
Okay.
So I always knew I had this connection, and I wasn't quite sure exactly, what it was. And then in my crazy years, it kind of just turned it off. And after I had my children, it started coming back. But when I was attuned to Reiki and became a Reiki master, it just like blew up. And just kind of opened a lot of doors for me, but also to the point where I had the door open and I could communicate, and I could do a lot of this stuff without losing my own energy. Reiki helps me keep my own energy. So I'm a Reiki master, therapist. I'm a yoga instructor. Psychic medium. Yes. Trying to think of all the things, but I just like to call myself a healer. I help people.
What's an earth whisperer? What's that?
Okay. That is my term. I do shamanic work, but I have not been given, I'm Native American. My grandmother was Native American. She was she was not part of her tribe. She was taken as a young child to be raised out of the tribe. So we've lost contact with our tribes, and in our setting, like, we believe that you have to be chosen as to be called shaman. Like, you have to be given that title. But I do shamanic work, so I call it earth whisperer, and that's been my entire life. More than connecting with human spirits, I connect with elemental spirits. I connect with the spirits of the trees, the spirits of the earth. I go outside and hear the whispers in the wind. I know that's like Pocahontas, but that fits perfectly, so that's what that's the term I use. Some people have asked me to use like medicine woman, stuff like that, but that's when I asked about it, and asked my spirit guides and asked my guides what it should be called. That's what came to me. So that's what I feel like
that's neat.
Fits me best.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I
remember going to Virginia, and Stacy, her husband, and Beth, Mike. We all went. Who else was there? Somebody.
Beth.
Beth.
What's her? Oh, what's his? Oh.
You there?
Andy was there.
Andy, me, you, and your husband.
Yes.
And we were driving, and like all of a sudden we had to stop really quick because she saw a tree. So she had to go out and go to the tree, and was talking to the tree. So, awesome. I mean, I definitely understand. I mean, I love trees too. And I love, touching.
That was a beautiful tree.
That's a gift when you could really like tune into them. Like, it's hard for me to tune. I mean, I could tune into them, but I can't tune into them like she can. She's just like knew them all. It's like they were all friends.
They're all my friends.
Nothing wrong with that.
People like pets. I'm like, just give me the trees. Yeah, I give you the trees. Yeah, I remember that was.
Yeah.
I down with Andy. Andy will not leave me alone about it. She kept saying, he says, he's like, and she's always got to stop for the trees. I think he tells that story every time we meet somebody new.
No, and me too.
So I was waiting for that story to come up.
What do you do when you go by the woods? You just like stop in the middle of the highway and.
Well, we were on a back road. We were looking for the Goat Man, right? Is that what we were doing? Looking for Goat Man?
Yes, we were.
Yes,
yeah.
We went to go look for Goat Man. Andy's from that area, so he took us to these back roads. We were down by a creek, and so we stopped at this tree, and then I saw the tree, and there was a twin tree right on the other side, and they looked exactly the same. It's one of them gnarly trees, huge, must have been over 100 years old. I think it was an oak, and it was going like its roots were all out and going over the bank of the creek, and so was the other side, and it looked like matching trees, and they were guardians. They were guardian trees, so it was like a gateway. I felt like there was a gateway right there. And these trees were guarding it. And were you out at the time when we did I did the banging and we got the 3 knocks back?
Yeah.
Yes. So we banged the tree 3 times and got 3 knocks back that came from across the field. And we're like,
that's
no
cool.
phone signal, middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Did you read what Greg wrote?
Thanks, have my
wood burner now. Like wood burner, like were you carving on wood, or like you're just
he's just burning wood.
He's just
I burn wood too. We all love bonfires.
He's burning your trees, hon.
He's burning my trees.
Yeah, but we also
that's the thing. People know me and my trees. Like my husband, it was 4 or 5 years ago. We had just bought our house, and there's beautiful trees, but there were some trees that one fell over and hit our deck. Like it was just, they're old, and so then we had another pine tree after the one that fell over, and these were huge tall pines that needed to come down. So we had a friend come over, and it was Christmas Eve. I was going out shopping, and they were getting ready to cut down this small little pine tree. I came back, and my 2 maples from the front yard were down.
Oh,
I was so upset. They took 5 trees down.
Oh, wow.
I got like chainsaw happy. I was so mad. It was like the worst Christmas ever. They don't leave that story down, but I actually I feel it. Like,
yeah.
They have a spirit, they have a soul. So it's like they have the knowledge that we do not. They like the witness tree in Gettysburg. Every time I go to Gettysburg, I have to go talk to the witness tree over there by Mr. G's across from the Farnsworth. Yeah. They have this knowledge that we cannot. It's like to look at it as a scientific fact, they absorb energy. They absorb these residual energies that happen, and all these things that happen. And, it's kind of like that psychometry where, I can touch it, and then I can see things. I can feel things. I can feel things that have happened in the area. And just lots of different connections I can make with the trees.
Mm-hmm.
That's really
it's
awesome.
Almost like a video of like almost, you're feeling a tree, and then it's kind of like the past comes through, and it's like this little video of what they saw. It's pretty neat. Like the really old trees, pretty cool.
Yeah, can you do that too? Can you do it too?
Yeah. Sometimes like I used to at Riverton, right down. We're on a river here, and I would go, and there was some couple of beautiful, really big trees I can't even put my arms around. I would just sit there. And then I had one outside my house that I was just like feel, and of course ground myself, and then just like, talk to the tree.
Ignore the screams.
You see me talk to trees. I don't do it all the time. I don't stop like you.
Stop in the middle of the road.
Yeah. You do it all the time. Look at that tree. The tree was I feel like I get called. I do. I feel like when I'm going down the road or I'm somewhere, and no, I don't stop like on 83 or 95 or anything like that.
I'm just joking with you.
but on a back road and there's no cars, and sometimes I just feel like I'm called to certain areas. It's usually trees by the creek. The water holds a certain energy for me. The water sprites just, I feel like they, I'm drawn to them as well. So it's like both of it. Yeah.
Stacey, are you familiar with Miyazaki? He's a Japanese filmmaker.
I've heard that name. Why have I heard that name?
He does animation, Japanese full featured animations movies.
Maybe from my children, they're into like Japanese
You check
animation.
them all out. That's your homework assignment after we get off. So you need to see Princess Mononoke.
Okay.
Okay, start with that one, and then take it from there. He's got Spirited Away, and even what's the one with the Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah.
And then the elementals are in. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
But you'll love Princess Mononoke just for everything you said, and then Spirited Away.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Those are the two number ones.
Yeah, Princess Mononoke.
And you'll fall in love with them too.
What's his name? How do you spell it?
I know. How do you spell that?
I got it. Hold on. Okay.
Or I guess I could just Google it. Like I don't have to like write it down.
Spirited Away is pretty popular one, but the other one, oh yeah.
Well, he broke.
As soon as you say,
as soon as
you said sprites.
But I got. Huh. Yeah, I'm thinking right. Okay. Oh, so you ready?
Yes.
You ready? Are you gonna write it down? Okay. His first name is Hayao. That's his first name. His last name is Miyazaki. That's Miyazaki.
Okay.
Boy, that's quite a
He's
name.
K-I or K-E?
What did I say? It's Miyazaki.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
His studio was bought out by Pixar, so Disney actually has some rights. But you can watch all his. If you have HBO Max or Max now, it's all on there. His entire catalog's on there.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away.
Spirited Away is his masterpiece. He won the Academy Award for that for animated.
Oh, cool.
He beat out Disney on Monster Inc. He beat out Monster Inc.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's a masterpiece. He's got a new movie that's out, and it's different. It's away from his because he loves nature, and there's the elementals, and the spirits that are part of the elementals, or they're part of the like in our world, like we they have their own spirits. Like elementals are different. If you want to talk esoteric, like there's elementals, and then there's like trees that have like the spirits, or they protect them as well. That's the elementals. So they're representative of that. You know what I mean? It's very confusing, and there's different levels, and the way it's very complex, and a lot of people just don't realize that, and a lot of people do. It's metaphysics, mysticism talk. You know what I mean?
It is, and I'm actually studying Druidry right now. You know, I am mostly Islander, not Ireland, like from that area.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's another reason why I call myself an earth whisperer instead of like the shaman, because as a druid, like you really can't call yourself that until you actually come up a level. You know, I'm just bard right now. It's actually what it would be called, studying that. But yeah, they have a whole they really go into detail with the elementals. You know, and the like the tree spirits are dryads, you know, and I'm hoping it's a lot of studying.
Oh, wow.
There's
a lot of studying, but I have that background, you know.
When did you realize that you were more psychic? Were you yet very young?
I was very young. Yeah, I was always the kid that knew things. I just knew things. And it started with, I didn't study. I didn't do anything. But I could pass all my tests, you know, like I knew the things that, you know, that were in these books. I knew what people were feeling. And it led me into a life of trying to make people not feel that way, but I would go, like, I knew what my mom was feeling. I knew what other people were feeling, and if they were upset and hurt and all this stuff. And I would always try to fix it. I could hear these thoughts. I always hear voices. It started a lot when I was blow drying my hair as a kid. I would hear voices coming through. I would hear conversations. And I'm like, what is this? I thought I was crazy. I literally thought I was psycho. I'm like, something's wrong with me. Because it was right about the time my hormones were kicking in. And I was like, my mom took me to the doctors, and they put me on birth control, and they were put me on these antidepressants and stuff like that. And, you know, I actually was, for a while, I was a cutter. I have scars on my arms because it was so much overloaded. It was like, I felt the emotions of everybody. I heard the voices of everybody. I heard screams. And it seems like I always heard the bad things. You know, since then I've been able to tune into good things. And I think that's where my love of getting out into the forest and with the trees, it was where my calm was. They didn't say these crazy bad things that I kept hearing and the fights that I kept hearing. I mean, I grew up in a very bad neighborhood. I was in the ghettos of Baltimore, outside of Baltimore. So around me would be a lot of that energy. And that's why I was picking up all this negative energy and picking up all these negative conversations and fights from down the road. And getting out into the woods, that was my sanctuary.
That's awesome. There is, speaking of trees, Greg wanted to let you know that on the fort, he has an old Lenape marker tree on the grounds of the fort. Have you been to Fort Mifflin yet?
No, and I was supposed to go a couple weeks ago, but I ended up doing readings at Ghost City. So, money wins over sometimes when I'm not working. So I'm not in my full-time job. This is right now my full-time job. So I didn't get to go to that because I was going to go out with Jim Houston.
Yeah, definitely try. Dee is here. But definitely try to get to the fort. So you'll love the fort. It's pretty cool, and especially to visit that tree now.
Yeah, it's very.
A lot of stuff.
I need to go see the tree.
The heck with the ghost, right?
Huh?
The heck with the ghost. We want to go see the tree.
Yeah, they gotta go see the tree. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's how.
And that's what when I'm investigating, when we do investigations and we go out, and like right now we have one, we're helping a client. And so instead of looking in the house and the history of the house, I'm like, okay, let's look at the land. What tribe was here? What happened here? How would, I always try to find, like, was it a peaceful takeover? Was it a hostile takeover? Was the land given or was it taken? And what other things happened on this land? So I'm always like, that's me. I'm always like, get me outside. Let me see what's on the land.
Yeah, I understand. I don't like to know a whole lot about the history when I go into a place because I want to get confirmation later from the spirits.
Yeah.
Hi, Teresa. You're not late. We're still hanging in there.
And Dee is here, so hopefully you got to just meant to talk to her today and try to find some dates maybe for a psychic fair again.
Yes, please.
Are you doing the Dee? What is it that we're doing? The tea in November? Is it November 12th, 11th?
Hell yeah, she said.
Oh,
I don't know if she's saying hell yeah to me or hell yeah to the tea party.
I think you were first.
I think you were first. She's saying hell yeah to you.
Yeah, you got the hell yeah, and she'll answer stuff.
Friendsgiving tea.
There you go. See, you got the second answer.
Yeah, I'm already half booked for that one. I had like 3 people reach out to me. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I hope you guys have a psychic fair because they went over really well.
Yeah, that'll be our sixth. We skipped a year, unfortunately, due to the bill. Remembering him, and then our hand fasting, got in the way. So we kind of put a little damper on things just to get through our craziness, our life craziness.
Right.
And now that that's over, we'll get back on track with the psychic fair back again.
I'm bummed I can't go for the Halloween thing because I'm taking wedding pictures for somebody. So
do you need pictures?
Really yeah, I'm a photographer, so that's what I do. So if you need any pictures, just let me know.
Yeah, we're going back old school.
I'm kind of partial to Chuck. I think I can't cheat on him. I don't think, but I don't know if he's on here.
We won't say who did your pictures, Anthony and Sabrina. We're not going to say a word.
Thank you, Jody, for taking our pictures.
My lips are sealed. Did you like them though? You can do whatever you want with them. You can pull them up and then print them out, whatever you want to do.
Thank you.
Yep.
Ouch.
Dee said ouch.
Ouch.
I don't know what the ouch is for.
Did you hurt yourself?
Maybe that was me going,
Oh.
But yeah, I would, you guys, you had beautiful, it was just beautiful setting. I love that park. I cannot pronounce the name of it. Is it Consumel? Is that how you say it? Or no?
Oh, she's saying Chuck, LOL.
I can't even say it either. Have you been there? Have you been to that place?
I've been there once. Oh my
Yeah.
God. It's just so, the energy there is amazing. And I never thought about, that's a perfect spot
Yes.
to do hand fasting. Like
we
a perfect
originally
spot.
wanted the tower, obviously Ophelia,
Yeah.
got in the way with that. So we couldn't take any pictures outside or.
Yeah, I was really bummed because it was beautiful.
Yeah, just the whole, I wanted everybody to go around the grounds and feel that park out. But like I said, Ophelia.
It was very muddy, Dee. It was muddy.
Yeah, Ophelia.
I would have loved to get some of the pictures outside for you, but didn't work.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be the tower, and then so we all gathered into the chapel, and it worked out. Thank God there was a place inside, or else we would have really been screwed.
Thank God there was enough room for all of us because it was small in there.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That was funny, Jody. You remember when you like trying to take pictures and then the ceremony start and then you got in the way of my first man coming in with the axe, and he just stood there. He just stood there with the axe. He's like, and he didn't say he was like so medieval with the whole thing. Like it was like
I know he was so funny.
The queen and like just sitting there, and then you move out of the way like with somebody that's in the way, And he just.
I mean, I thought I was gonna get like hammered by the axe. I was done.
Yeah,
that's a one way to move me.
Somebody took a picture of that?
Yeah, somebody took a picture of that. So
that would have been one way to move me aside, like give me an axe.
I know. And then you guys went to Iceland.
Yes.
And you know what? I almost messaged you, but I wasn't sure if you guys were getting messages or not because being international. But I wanted some black sand. Did you bring any black sand back by any chance?
No, we didn't bring any black sand back.
I don't think so.
Shut up.
One that went to Pizza Nature from every place everybody goes. So
I know you didn't bring a tree home for her. There should have brought her a tree.
A tree.
There's no trees. There's barely any trees there.
There's no trees in Iceland.
Little trees there.
There's got to be coniferous trees. That's not far from the belt, isn't it?
Yeah, there's little bit of trees. It was very scarce with the trees.
You have to go to the city mostly.
But we did. I mean, probably there was a lot of. Oh God, there was a lot going on there as far as talk about spirit, like fairies and trolls and all these different things that they have there that they believe in, and it was just
that's
amazing.
The birthplace of all those elementals.
Yeah,
really, it is. Like, I mean, I don't know
really
there's lots of legends, but that's like the birthplace of a lot of the official terms that we hear of the elementals is like over in that area. So yeah, there was like the Vikings. Yeah, there is a story, some of the sagas. There's sagas and intertwined was, with the trolls and everything. But you do see, like we were walking along the beach and I'm looking up. I'm like, look at that. That's a troll. Look at the face of the, but that was inside the mountain, the basalt columns. And I'm like, and nobody said anything. And we just saw it up there. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's right there. You know what I mean?
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. You can like openly talk about metaphysics and mysticism in there. And nobody bats an eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have full blown conversations about these things, and it's like they don't look at you weird. They're very.
I do that here, but people look at me weird.
No, it's
you need to go to Iceland, Stacy.
Yeah, you need to go.
I mean, even the little homes.
I have some DNA from Iceland when I got my DNA results. I have some DNA.
Oh, really?
No.
So,
see that?
Iceland, Norway, Scandinavia, Ireland, mainly Ireland.
Wow.
Yeah,
you must have Viking in your blood then.
There you go.
I just think they're hot.
Thank you, Ray.
I'd like to have some Viking in my blood. Where's my Sorry, it's not that type of show. Well, I hope
Oh, we always end up going different ways on this show.
Yeah,
you never know, right?
Little
Anthony?
tiny houses for the tiny people.
Yeah, they call it hidden people.
Hidden people. They call it hidden people.
Fairies.
So yeah.
Fairies.
Elves, not fairies.
Oh, the elves.
People. Elves are hidden people.
Yeah. So they're all over the place. People have you'll drive down the neighborhood. We drove down the neighborhood, and there's their little house sitting in there, and one was at a church. I mean, it was amazing.
Is this like Lord of the Rings or what? That's what it sounds like
Oh my
does.
gosh.
with all the
They
little elves
They
and
had a
everything.
city too, and they
Yeah,
had a
city.
park.
They have a park that's dedicated
Park
to hidden
just for
people.
the hidden
Yeah.
people.
Do you know there's trolls in Limerick, right outside of Penhurst? Like when I was at Penhurst, we went troll hunting. There was
Wow.
well, the what are they called? The people that work at the hotel front desk, whatever people,
front desk.
you know, front
Yeah,
desk.
those people.
There's a name for them, but
Front desk
anyway,
workers.
he was talking to us, you know, we were all in there for Penhurst and, you know, he was asking us questions and stuff like, he's like, well, I got a story for you. And he's like, there's a legend of, not trolls. What is the other, maybe it is trolls. I don't know, but over at like,
Trailers.
what's the name of the road?
Oh, trollers. He's right. Greg wrote trollers.
Trollers.
Not
trollers.
those type of trolls.
Trollers.
There was a legend of these trolls, like under this bridge, I guess, over like by the train tracks, down by the creek. So we went down there and did some investigating because he had like this experience where he was driving down the road, like coming back from work. It's like 3:00 in the morning, and in front of him, like these three men, little short men, came out with bags over their heads. And they were standing in front of him with these bags over their heads. And like I can usually tell when someone's telling a story. So he was like generally like frightened, and he's like freaking out like over these guys with these like potato sacks over their head, and just stood there. And he was like, didn't know what to do. He had his dog started barking, and it scared them off. And then he was able to keep going. And he's like, there was all kinds of legends that happened like down there. And my husband's friend even had said, like, when you go there, go to this house, because it was like hobbits, not trolls. He said it was hobbits. We were just talking about Lord of the Rings. That's why it came up. There was a hobbit house somewhere in this area that people had built. And so they're saying hobbits, trolls, to me, they're the same thing. But we went down there, and we got some pretty, like, we got some whispers, we got some EVPs. The EMF kept going off, and it was just like this creepy feeling, like telling us to get out. Like, so we didn't go any further because it was just us two. So we didn't have all
That's scary. I never heard that one. That's
no, that's the first. I never heard that.
Many times.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Pretty weird. But yeah, that's what we did one evening after Penhurst. We went down there. So,
what kind of things you have coming up in the future? Like, what kind of?
Well, this Sunday I'll be at Ghost City again doing readings. Pam's going to be there. I don't know if she's on here, but Pam's going to be there Monday doing Reiki, and then I'll be at Pam's at the Hoover House for Halloween weekend. Pam's doing a holiday soiree. Is that how you say the word? Soiree.
Soiree sounds
right. We'll go with it. It's all right.
Yeah. I'll be doing readings and healings there beforehand. But we have a lot in the works. There's a lot of undercover. This is my busy season. I have a lot going on. Because I'm a crafter too, so I do a lot of crafts. That's how I make make my money on the side. So I've been doing a lot of like craft shows. I have one tomorrow or Saturday, and I did the Apple Harvest Festival for 2 weeks in a row. I make Halloween stuff. And so once things calm down, we have some things that are going to be in the works. I'm not going to talk about them yet, but they're in the works.
Let's talk about it.
Yes, things are in the works.
He's going to leave us hanging. See how
I know.
Well, isn't that what everybody does? Like, isn't that what I'm supposed to do? Like,
no, you just don't leave us hanging. It ain't right.
It surprises.
No, I've had some talks about we're doing a podcast with another couple of people. I'm not going to mention names, but we're going to maybe starting our own podcast. We're taking a lot of private cases on, and I'm trying to get some filming equipment to do some filming. And I don't know.
You want a new computer too.
Yeah, new computer.
She needs a new computer.
New computer. It's doing pretty good tonight. I'm actually
you're doing good.
Happy. It's nothing's happened yet.
All right, I'm gonna knock on wood now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Right. So when
So
you
we're
say you're a healer, what do you do when you're a healer? Do you do sessions with people?
Yes, I actually, most of the time I combine, like I do sessions here in my house. I have a studio in my house.
Okay.
And most of them I combined multiple different things. As you see, this is my apothecary. So I do a lot of herbal remedies, herbal stuff. Most of these herbs are all grown in my garden. I have a huge herbal medicinal garden.
Wow.
So I'm used,
I would kill them. I
the
can't
earth-
hold the garden.
I kill everything.
like I think there's just some people that are meant to do some things and some people are meant to do other things. Like there's certain plants that I kill, like too. Like I can't keep a succulent. I cannot. Everybody says they're so easy. You don't have to do anything.
No, we killed
No,
you.
my
But
mom
I'm
used to
very
give me
good
plants.
nurturer, so succulents
I
need to
got
be
one
more-
right here.
Everybody
We're
just
hoping
pros. I don't know.
My mom used to give me plants and she'd say, "Here, kill it." It's like, I felt so loved.
You need to get the easy plants. Like you need to get like the pothos. They are like super easy. Like you can ignore them. But my problem is I don't ignore the plants. And I water them too much and I care for them too much. Too much water. And succulents don't like water. So aloe plants can't do. I kill them. But my garden outside is pretty much self-sufficient. I grow a lot of things that come perennials. Most herbs are perennials. They come back every year. I planted a willow tree this year, so I'm very excited about that. So hopefully it grows. But anyway, back to your question. I have ADHD.
We're okay. Go.
I use medicinal or herbal remedies, herbs and stuff like that. I'm a Reiki master. I do sound healing. A lot of different movements because I have the yoga and breath work. Plus I use my tarot and my psychic abilities to kind of tune in. So it's more of I call it an intensive healing intensive healing sessions instead of just a Reiki session because I combine a lot of different things to whatever I'm feeling called for when someone comes to my table. Like I had a client here today and he came over and was having some issues and I'm like, look, we need to pull a couple cards. Let's get an idea of what's going on. And then that turned into more of a counseling session, because I do bring that into the table when I'm with people, like, cause that's, I have a master's in social work with clinical counseling and that comes out a lot. So bringing that, it ended up in a counseling session and then started with Reiki and then some breath work at the end. But every client's different when they come over. It's a combination of things.
Wow.
I feel the same way when I do healing too. I always end up giving them a reading. Somehow. It's usually at the end though, because it's usually, I don't usually do it it's nothing in the beginning because I kind of don't want to know anything really. I kind of want to see what I'm feeling and it's either spiritual or mental or physical or whatever. And then at the end, we kind of go through like this, talk and see what they're feeling and what I saw or what they saw. And we kind of like put it together and everything. It kind of works out as a reading in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I have a question for you. Because I know with me, especially with my mediumship, sometimes laying hands on, I get a better connection with their guides and with their anybody that's coming into contact, wants to come into contact. Do you feel the same way when you're using hands-on? You can actually get more of a intuitive reading and connection.
Yeah. Do I definitely I always tell, I ask them obviously that my work I touch, so just ask, permission if they're okay with it. And then, and then I'll tune into whatever that I'm feeling or it's like I said, it's everybody's different. So it might not be spiritual at all, or it might not be anybody who's coming in. It might be completely physical, it just depends on the person. They're all different. And then Anthony actually comes in and does healing work with me. So sometimes if you see me alone, that's because he can't make it. But I mean, I do, my healing work no matter what. But
yeah,
with the with two people, man,
I've been trying. My husband, a couple people he's come in on, but he has a gift too. Yeah. And sometimes his gift is stronger than mine. And I have attuned him, to Reiki. He has a Reiki attunement. And I keep trying to get him to come in and let's do this together. Let's like that power with two people that dual energy is amazing.
He definitely has a lot of healing, and he has a very spiritual person to himself. So, when we're doing it together, it's like, and we have like this connection too. So, we're kind of focusing, and he doesn't even have to say anything. I know what he's thinking. It's just a great combo when we hit it up together. It really
That's
is.
Amazing.
Yeah, I love doing it. And then he'll feel too, like maybe he some people don't like two people. So, we always ask, some people just want, one person. But sometimes he'll intertwine with something that he sees or feels or hears or whatever. So it is, like I said, he does the same thing when it comes to that. There's like a reading afterward. You always.
No, she's certified IET. I'm not. But I'm Reiki master. Reiki. I do a lot of hands off, more hands off. But I still keep hands off with it.
You're pretty hands off.
We just form a polarity. We form an axis. So when she takes control of everything from the solar plex all the way up, and I just say everything down. So I'm basically in charge of grounding, and I don't do any. I'm not doing any mysticism when I do it. Mystic art stuff. I'm not invoking anything. It's just she's in charge. So when she does it, she's in charge. If we do Reiki together, which we don't really do, right? We haven't done Reiki together.
I intertwine a lot different things, depending on
what
I'm feeling.
Reiki or something.
What I'm feeling, but pretty cool. But another thing with him, it feels like, especially if I'm in a setting where we're doing an event and there's a lot of people, I feel like there's a bubble. So he kind of almost protects. There's a protection too.
I know that one. Yeah.
Has my back as I'm trying to do something. You know what I mean?
Well, I started off by doing I do the consecration. So I do the sensing, or I do like I walk around and form a border, I form a gate. And so block
he
out
holds
anything.
My space. He helps me hold my space.
I have to hold her space, make sure nothing comes in and interferes with it.
Because that's what my husband does for me. Yes.
Because people don't realize that and don't do that, and they should. I mean, it's not like required, but it's something I would always do.
Well, same thing with readings. Everybody, when you do your readings, you have to hold your space, or else, you know what I mean.
You have to open and close. Like it's it really is. And when I'm out, like I don't know about you, but when I'm out at do you do readings or you just do healings?
I do readings when people ask me to.
Oracle.
Oracle. I do, like, if somebody's in a pinch and they want me to help, or like, remember Jody when Beth lost her partner for, I think it was, I don't know if it was Teresa, but we had to do the gallery reading, and I had to do the gallery reading with her. So we would connect. It was actually, it's really cool when me and Beth do a duo together, or like do two cards, we sync into, and it's just like this so weird. It's just it's craziness, but it's so cool. But I'll do it when it's
pretty intense.
Unfortunately, I don't have confidence, even though everybody, I was taught by people, and with Beth, the same people that Beth got taught with, taught me, and we were in the same classes, and developed ourselves, and we grew up obviously with things that happened to us as younger, and with spirits, and that's another story, another day. But I know, right?
Yeah, who's the guest here?
I know, that's why I'm saying another story another day or something.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm messing around.
If anybody has any questions for Stacy, write them in the chat room.
What?
Huh?
If anybody has any questions for Stacy, write them in the chat room.
Maybe I'll answer them.
But that's the only thing I have. I need the confidence, but I know I could do it. But
she's going to tell me later if I can win the lottery,
Yeah.
People ask me that all the time, and like I just had a client come in to Go City last Friday, and he was like, and I was like, I always ask him, what is your name, blah blah blah, and he's like, well, you should know that already.
I know.
If I could, I'd also could tell you the lottery numbers, and I wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I'll share it with you.
I've tried, and that's the thing. Like, I'm a big manifester. I'm a big in like thoughts create energy, and words are spells, and the way you think is what you're going to create, and you have to manifest it to believe it. You have to vision it. You have to already be what you already want. And I tell you, like, every time that Powerball gets up to like 7 million or 700 million or billion or whatever, I freaking manifest it in my mind and I believe it. I'm sitting there and I'm dreaming of my house. I actually found my house recently, and it's right outside of Gettysburg. It's $1.3 million. But I still can't do it. That's the one thing that spirit does not want me to have. So
Dee says, tell them we don't do parlor tricks.
Yeah, I don't do parlor tricks.
Yeah.
Why not?
I know. Some people,
Tell them to go to the flashing lights on Main Street in Gettysburg. They'll do it.
That'll work.
Yes. The only people I get from those, what I'm talking about, the ones that give us all a bad name, and just like, oh, you have a curse. Give me $300 and I'll lift that curse for you.
Oh, geez.
Yep.
Oh, don't you love those people?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what is going on now in Pennsylvania. The law is like, there is a law against fortune telling.
Yeah, I mean,
and
is there?
going to different shops and warning people about this law. But if you read the law, it is really kind of protection against those type of things. So if someone's saying, hey, this is what's wrong with you. Give me more money and I'll fix it. And then give me more money, I'll fix it. And kind of taking money from people. But yeah, it's getting kind of hot here in Pennsylvania with stuff with psychic readings and tarot readings. And I don't know what's going to come of it. I don't know what's going to happen. But it's been in the news a lot lately. And now we all have to have disclaimers, saying this is for entertainment purposes only.
Wow.
So we'll see what happens.
What are they going to do at the bash? All the psychic readers and everything that come there.
I'm actually going to talk to Pam about that when I go up there next weekend, because like the police are coming in. The police came into this girl's shop in Hanover. And
are you serious?
Yeah, it was it was all over. Yeah.
Oh wow!
It was was it Gettysburg? Was it in, or was
Hanover.
it Hanover,
which is right outside of Gettysburg?
Yeah.
It's like 15 minutes outside of Gettysburg.
Yeah.
So
so they're going to ruin the bash, right?
No. As long as you have a disclaimer, like each, I will, like when I'm at the bash, and now, even I've started adding them to my websites and stuff like that. Adding that disclaimer in there. As long as you have a disclaimer saying it's for entertainment purposes only, it's kind of like that FDA thing of like, if I would sell any of my medicinals, I would have to put that, the FDA hasn't, proven whatever. Mm-hmm. So as long as you have a warning on there, I don't think they can do anything. It's more of like, they can't come after you, but if someone would sue you, if someone would say this person tried to get me for money and blah, blah, blah. Because it did happen to a lady. She was fined and arrested in Lebanon, PA, I want to say last year. But she was one of those that said, hey, you have a curse. Give me this money. Give me this. And then kept just taking this person, this poor soul who wanted help and not helping them. And then taking them, just taking them run for their money.
Why do people do that?
They're looking. It's more like this too. Just like with readings, you might be like, okay, you're reading somebody, and then they kind of just stop and go, only another 200.
That's my daughter. This is Audrey. She has the gift too, and we're working on developing it.
Awesome.
Yeah. And Jody has her camp.
What's that? We had
my teen camp.
That was a lot of our cases when we're, doing cases, especially like the negative ones. There was a lot of them were about psychics or, wanting to use money, take money for the curses or dealing with their house. I know one of them, they brought the woman in to cleanse their house and they were wiped out with their jewelry and stuff like that. And
exactly. Like,
you know what? It's people like that ruin it for the ones who actually have a really good gift.
Yeah.
You know, they ruin it for them.
Yeah, it's terrible. I don't know how many cases we've been through, where it was about somebody coming in and taking money or charging. Even paranormal investigators didn't know what they were doing, and they would charge money, and then
that's something you shouldn't do.
And everything got messed up, and we got to clean it up.
I've never charged anybody anything to do an investigation.
No, and I was actually at the Apple Harvest Festival. My neighbor next to me who was selling stuff. We're not lighting matches. Sorry. Her son is having some issues, and we were talking, and I was like, we can come out, blah blah blah. And she's like, how much do you charge? She's like, we're not gonna charge anything. Like, we're gonna come out, we're gonna figure out what's going on, and we're gonna help you. Like, that's what we do.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to open my daughter's medicine. She has migraine issues, and she's having a migraine. So we're trying to get this little blister pack open. I got it, I think.
They're so hard to open, aren't they?
I know. Some of them are like torture.
Teeth.
Seriously, and when you have a migraine, I don't know if you guys suffer from migraines. Like, this is a migraine medicine.
My mom did.
How quickly you take it is whether or not it's going to get stronger. So like, if it's this hard to open, it's taking an hour before you even get it. There you go. Anyway.
Yeah, this year, Anthony and Sabrina need to come to teen camp now.
For what?
You wanted to come last year, you dork.
He's one of the teens.
What is the teen camp? What is it?
I do it every summer in June.
Okay.
And we take the kids to different locations all throughout.
Yeah.
Last year we went to the Shanley with the kids.
Cool. You know what? I did see that over the summer, and I was thinking about it for her. She'd
probably love it.
She would have loved it. Like,
there's kids that come that have gifts and they can't talk about it in school because they get made fun of. So they come to camp and they can be themselves. You get made fun of? Yeah. I understand. They come to camp and they can open up and they can be themselves, and they don't have to be ashamed and afraid of. And I have people come in that can help them with them and help them develop it.
That's awesome. I think, we're going to look into that next year. But that's a day camp, though. They're not staying the night, right?
No, they don't stay the night. They come every day.
Yeah, that's a good distance for us. So.
Well, you can always meet us at the places too.
Yeah.
There's different places. There's there's a few of them. What did you want? The Shanley? You did.
And we always go to. We do Penhurst. We do the Selma.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali's camp.
I missed that one.
Yeah.
I know. You were going to come last year.
We're working on some things. I taught her how to use dowsing rods the other day, and
I make them.
Yeah.
She makes dowsing rods.
Yeah.
Any color you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Taylor knows how to do the dowsing rods. I have. She has a pair of yours.
She has a pair of mine. Yeah.
Yours.
She picked the color that she wanted.
She's big on the pendulum. That's what she uses a lot, is a pendulum. I guess you've always done that. When I go and say when we first moved in here, we used to have this little boy that kind of was like hanging around right, like literally 100 yards away. There was a kid that walked into their parents' room, found the firearm, and shot himself. And so we felt like he was still wandering around. So it was this little boy with blonde hair. Do you remember this? What I'm talking about?
Barely.
This little boy with blonde hair. And you could just see him peek around our walls. He would peek around our walls when we first moved in. She would talk to him, and she would have like full-on conversations with him. And she actually said she helped him go to the light. And we have actually not seen him since she's told me that.
That's awesome.
Wow, that is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is so cool. Good job.
Yeah, we're trying to go to White Hill again with the kids.
But they won't let us use Ouija boards.
Think about that.
No Ouija boards.
What can't we use?
I got a Ouija board.
She has a Ouija board.
Oh,
I
awesome.
forgot to say goodbye the one time.
You what?
I forgot to say goodbye the one time. First time I tried it, I forgot to say goodbye.
Then something happened?
We don't encourage children to use the Ouija boards.
No.
Fine.
She has
Maybe one. Should I go get it?
no, don't go.
You can play, Anthony can play with one anytime he wants to, but not with the kids.
It doesn't.
Oh, you got a squishmallow.
My gargoyle.
But it's out in the
My
open.
house is filled with squishmallows from Brooke. So,
From Brooke.
because I always have to buy things.
Oh yeah, I know. She's getting me some more Selmas for my granddaughter. Did you see the pictures of her with the Selmas that I posted?
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Selma. Selma's upstairs.
And she says, Nan, I want Selma.
No, in the fridge.
She's only 3, so yeah, she's getting what she wants. I don't care. It's just the way it is.
No, I have a different thought about Ouija boards than a lot of people do. Like, a lot of people,
me too.
It's any
you're
portal.
safe in this conversation.
Way to go. It's your
I'm
fault,
not
Anthony.
into the movies. Like,
You talk in
Ouija
the
board-
dark to spirits. So what the heck? You can't pick and choose what is considered dangerous and what it's not.
No.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you know,
Stop
it's
it.
just as
No.
dangerous.
We're gonna get into this conversation.
If
and
any
it's not-
kids are listening to this, they're not going to listen to me anymore.
But
First of all, she's from
we
Maryland.
do
So she
need
talk
to
about
teach
Ouija
them
boards.
how to open and close, and that's what I've done with my daughter.
Yeah.
She knows how to open and she knows how to close, she knows how to make it go away, and not.
Yeah, but most kids don't.
Unfortunately, when my mom had the board, we didn't know anything about opening and closing.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a board game. They sold it like
Yeah, they
eight.
sold it,
Yeah.
they sold it as entertainment. They
Yeah,
had
we sold it in the kids section.
in the
it was
kids
there,
section.
the heart
Like,
of it all.
no
The
wonder
And now they have glow in the dark one.
light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Oh, am I the only one that remembers that? Sleepover.
I
Oh, I remember that. Yes.
Yes.
I just showed my age, didn't I?
Me too. I showed my age too.
All of our ages.
You're 43.
Oh, am I? Okay, thank you.
You
I'll
had to
take
do that, didn't you? I'm sure your mom
take that one.
appreciates that.
Mhm. No, I'll be 43. I'm good.
Wait, you're not 43.
No, I'm not.
I wish I was 43.
Me too.
I wish I was 43.
I thought you were 43. How old are you?
45.
Me?
Yeah. No.
When
I
did
mean-
you turn?
I
When
just
did you-
turned 45. I just had a birthday.
I thought you turned 43. I can't keep track of your age. I keep track of
That's
my
okay.
age.
My students.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, Andy. I was wondering if you were coming on. My
Yeah,
brother-
I'm only
my mother-
29,
I wish I was 29 too.
I turned 29, and then I've never turned any other age since then. It's been 29.
Yep, that's the way I've
Mentally.
been. 29, and that's it.
Mentally, not physically, but mentally.
Mentally,
that
yeah.
what
Physically,
my
forget it.
I just saw you
No,
pick up a glass.
Stop. She's so in like curious about
What?
those things.
About using
She
mirrors
said
to
you were
talk to
drinking
spirits?
beer.
Oh, if he's
It's
drinking
mead.
beer,
Oh, this is mead. I'm drinking mead.
Is that from Iceland?
No,
No.
it's from Virginia. My sister got it. It's just Blue Devil. You see it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see it?
I just had some mead at. He's in the car.
Blueberry mead.
Go get him out.
I got
just
strawberry,
had some-
cherry that I'm about to crack open.
Yeah, I had some mead at the Apple Harvest Festival. It was really good.
This is
Really
not
good
bad.
mead.
I like it.
I like apple. I would like an apple festival.
Yeah, I thought they were drinking a beer too. So.
No, it's
No
so
matter
much.
what.
Oh, the food.
What,
It's just
Iceland?
amazing.
No, apple festival.
Oh, Apple Festival. I'm sorry.
You want
I love
apples?
Oh my god,
She's picking them from her trees.
that's a lot of apples.
Stay tuned. That just got picked today. I have pictures coming on Facebook. That
Oh my
the
God.
only one that wanted to go with me, so it was just her and I and Jack, my skeleton.
Her skeleton.
I love
Wait.
apple pie. I love apple crumble. I love everything apple.
Mhm.
Apple, apple.
Yes.
Right.
Well, I'm making autumn simmer pots. I don't know if you know what a simmer pot is. I'm making a bunch of simmer pots, so I need apples to dry them for the simmer pot packages that I'm making for my store.
Very
So,
nice.
Mm.
Yum. I could smell it now.
My house. I'm
You
doing
didn't even
oranges
touch
today.
them.
I know. So, what's your store's name?
The Rustic Spirit. I sell a lot of like my herbal remedies, apothecary, my witchy stuff, that I do. My kitchen witch stuff, so you want to call it.
Kitchen Witch.
Kitchen
Oh,
witch.
Greg has a great idea.
Greg-
Apple moonshine.
Apple moonshine. You know
Yeah.
that was.
Apple pie moonshine.
I will have them at Selma D. Yes, that's what I'm making them for Selma. Well, it's for Selma and for the
Apple
event I'm
puckers.
doing before that. And for Christmas, I'll have Yule. I'll have autumn, and I'll have Yule simmer pots.
How many people are on here?
There were.
These are the people watching you eat an apple. These are, well, actually, no, these are people. Oh, actually, Andy's on here.
Hi, Andy.
And Dee's on there. You remember Dee from Selma?
Oh,
When we went to Selma. Mm-hmm.
Tea.
Yeah, she went to Selma with me when the Mountain Gypsies were there.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my question. How many people are on you?
I have no idea how many people are on there.
I missed that day. I'm sorry. What is
So there's like a million people that can see me eating an
Where
apple.
were we? We were somewhere, weren't we?
Hmm.
Out of town somewhere. We went somewhere. I forget.
Yeah. What
What shine?
What is
Shine? Moonshine.
Moonshine. Really strong alcohol.
Andy, you don't know what moonshine is?
Love you, Dee.
Love you, Dee. I'll see you soon. I wish I could come
Bye,
to
Dee.
the Halloween mash, but
I
I'll
do
be at
too.
Hoover.
Talk
So
to
I
you soon.
wish I could like double clone myself. I want to be in both places.
I know. I feel the same way.
I can go.
I don't like missing Selma events.
I
But I
know, me
have
too.
to.
I love.
I wish I
Selma.
could teleport. Ew.
Nope. What's that? Are you being serious, Andy?
Yeah, I think he's messing.
I think he's messing with it. He's
Yeah.
trying to be more innocent.
No one does it on the
Yeah.
Did you watch that apple?
So what else? What else, Jody?
I thought you were trying to steal my apple. I was going to smack your hand away.
So, Stacy, have you
I want to
visited?
get a reading
I
someday.
have a question.
Go for it.
Do you have you visited the grave of Elijah? Is that his name? The one who founded the Ouija, him and the other guys. Have you been to Baltimore, that cemetery?
Yes, I have. Yes, but I don't. It was such a long time ago. I was a kid because I've been into this since I was a kid. Graveyards have always been my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I love graveyards. Absolutely love graveyards.
Mm-hmm.
I love the trees at graveyards, but and
Those
we used to do a lot of
trees.
graveyard stuff. And so it was a long time ago. So I don't quite remember, but
Mm-hmm.
now that you're mentioning it, it was like yes, I think I do remember that. We did a lot of Edgar Allan Poe stuff too.
Yeah.
Yes, because we want to do a Baltimore trip where we go to his grave and then go to
Edgar
Allan Poe.
Yeah.
Some other stuff.
Like they do a lot of Poe events and festivals
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. You should go to one of those that they do. Dinners, mystery dinner,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
The Guinness Brewery.
You need to
Catholic
go now if you're going to go. They're closing it down.
Why? What?
I heard they were going to stop brewing in Baltimore.
Wow. Why?
I was there because I do a lot of fairy festivals and Renaissance fairs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my world before I got into the paranormal world was fairy festivals, Renaissance fairs.
I was a butterfly.
So I was down in May. I do the Baltimore Fairy Festival, and I was down there in May, and we stopped at one of these breweries, and we were getting the Baltimore Blonde, the Guinness Blonde, because they make it down there with the Old Bay seasoning and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, yeah, they're closing down the brewery. They're stopped making it there because they're just like Hershey don't make their candy in Hershey anymore. So it's.
You should investigate the Yingling Brewery. It's very active.
Is it? Yeah.
Do they do?
I've heard that.
Apples?
I've heard that.
After hours.
Yeah.
If you contact them, if they have somebody available, they'll let you go in.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
We took SOS in there, and boy, did we get a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Why would there be stuff there though? What are you picking up?
Well, do you really want me to tell you?
No, I mean I'm just curious.
There was somebody that died in there by a hanging, and some other people that passed away. It's been open for a long time. So
a long time, yeah. You mean
That's
workers
the oldest,
and stuff?
That's the oldest brewery, right?
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
And
active, but
the Yingling Mansion is very active too.
Which one?
The Yingling Mansion, where they used to live. Yeah, it's all in the same town. So
yeah,
Is that
it's in Pottsville.
There's a lot of
Pottsville,
activity in my town, and there's not a lot of focus on my town where I live right now. I live right outside of York. We were the first capital. And like there is underground tunnels and all kinds of things in York. My husband works downtown York, and there's lots of things that he sees there. And there's we've done some investigations at some of the restaurants down there, and like I think we need to bring some light to what's going on here in York.
What about the ghost in our house?
We talked a little bit about the ghosts in our house.
We took the kids to the
House
Yingling,
goes to you.
we took the kids to the Yingling Mansion, and they got a lot of activity in the basement area.
Nice.
Okay.
And did they do the little sippy sip?
Is it?
I'll be impressed if you had a beer on the floor and
The adults did, though.
The adults did.
The adults did. They all got their own little bottle that they could take home.
Oh, there you go. Greg just put a link here. CBS News Baltimore Guinness faculty closing in Baltimore County.
Because I know they made the Guinness Blonde there.
That's what you're saying with Old Bay in it. That's weird, but okay.
So, Stacy, if somebody wants to get a hold of you for a reading or anything, how can they do that?
The best way is probably message me on Facebook. That's probably the easiest way, but I do have the rusticspirit.com.
Can you write it in the chat room?
I'll write it in the chat. You can actually just go on there and you can do a booking. Some people don't like to talk to people anymore.
Do you do readings online, or do you have to be in person?
I do readings online, and I virtually, and I also do in person as well. It's
That's
not
good.
letting me comment. Oh, do I have to do something to comment? I have to log in.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, there it is. That was a quickie, wasn't it?
All right, that's our guest for tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Okay. That was perfect timing, though. Here she comes.
That's what you get for dwelling the Ouija board.
I have no idea.
That was your fault for talking about Ouija boards.
You should go on your phone.
Please type in my website because I can't type anything for some reason.
Do it on your phone.
TheRusticSpirit.com.
And yeah, I'm at. Oh, maybe on my phone. Yes, on the
Yeah,
actual
do it
Facebook
with
page.
your phone.
Do it on the phone.
I can do that. Thank you.
If you go to my Facebook page, you'll see it, and you can go on there.
Please don't hit me with that. Can you
I
go
didn't
upstairs?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Next week should be really fun because we're going to have people talking about their haunted experiences.
Oh, the haunted experiences.
Yeah, I saw that.
All their paranormal experiences. Ooh. We need to dress up, guys.
Okay.
What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? It's next Thursday.
Yeah.
I probably won't be able to, Jody.
Oh, boo.
He could get dressed up though.
Yeah.
But because I'm heading to Warren Con, so
Are you going there Thursday night?
if I stay over Dana's,
Mm.
because they want to leave
They wanna-
early,
yeah.
and she lives all the way up in Wayne, New Jersey, so it's pretty far. So
And what's the event?
the Warren Con.
Okay.
Warren Con.
I'm not vending. I'm just going.
They're just
going.
hanging
And
out.
then
Just
we have
hanging.
Harry Unity coming up, which I know their podcast is tonight too. With
Who's?
Harry Unity?
Is it
Taryn.
Taryn?
Taryn's doing a podcast tonight with them.
Oh.
Oh, Taryn has it tonight with the parrot.
Yes.
Barrett.
Yes.
Well, Taryn's coming on next week. She wants to tell about her paranormal experiences.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. I love hearing stories. Like that is my favorite part of.
You're gonna have a long show.
You have a long show there if you're doing
You got a
that.
lot of people want to tell us experience.
Hey, I got 3 people that messaged me that they want to do it. So
Wow.
And then
I'm surprised not more. Yeah, I have my
I
story.
have a story
Anthony's.
I have a story that's not finished yet. Andy is working with me on some things, like with my haunting.
Well, Greggy Poo, you probably have a million of them.
No,
Yeah.
I could jump on and talk about what we're doing so far. I mean, if you still need
Yeah.
people.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I do. I have a pretty intense. Andy knows what's going on.
Greggy Poo, you need to come on.
Yeah, Greg has a lot of stories.
Yeah, Greg.
Yeah, just from the fort alone.
I heard a lot of your stories the morning after what hotel were we in? The Hampton Inn?
Do I really? The morning after. Woo! She just gave that away.
That's
No, it was
that's a
Yeah, that
40
was like, whoop.
what were we doing, Greg? What was that?
Oh,
We don't want to know.
No. It's going to get banned from this platform.
No, it was a Paracon.
Hi, Joan.
I'm
And
messing.
we all stayed at the Hampton Inn.
Gracious
And
God, he says.
we all had breakfast in the morning, and we just shared stories. It was pretty cool.
Oh,
It wasn't just him and I. It was
Sure.
Santiago. So, Craig's a stud.
You're giving it away. You're giving it away, Stacy.
Yeah, there we go.
We're so bad.
I'm caught.
Anthony, you'll have to tell them your story.
Yep. What happens at Paracon
What
stays
happens
at
at
Paracon.
Love it. Love it.
You got wanted stories.
Well, I got the one that got me into it. Yeah. Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
Andy, you have haunted stories. You guys have haunted. We all
I
have.
grew up in it. That's
Yeah.
grew up in a haunted house.
Well, that's what
Used to be a
happened to
funeral
us.
home.
When I was younger, like it's the same thing. I remember we also play poker on Friday nights. Like they would come over and play cards and play poker. And I was a little kid, and I remember like they'd always set a place for my grandfather, and put his cards out there and his beer, because after he passed away, and almost every card game, that beer would slide across the table and come off onto the floor.
Oh wow. That's funny you said poker. My father used to play pinochle every Friday night.
Pinochle.
My grandmother, pinochle.
My parents had friends over all the time, and they'd play poker.
Yeah.
We don't do that stuff anymore, do we?
No,
Let's have a poker night. Paranormal poker.
Paranormal
Pinochle.
poker.
no, we're supposed to have a bitch night. We haven't had one.
I know we haven't. Haven't had it in a while.
Well, Pam and myself and Stacy Martin are planning a self-care event at the Hoover House in March.
Cool.
Doing facials, and I'm going to do some yoga and just, have like this time to unwind during the slow season, take care of self.
Greg plays poker.
It's slow season?
Well,
Is there such a thing?
There's never a slow season.
well, and that's the thing. It's slow season for my selling events, but then it's busy season for all my cases that I have to take, because everybody's like, I need you to come out, I need you to check this out, I need you to check this out on these cases. My husband and I are launching a paranormal team called Land and Legend. So we are trying to do some more cases. So that will be when all my events end. I'll be doing the weekends now with cases. So
How do you have time to sleep?
I know.
I don't know.
Damn, woman.
I don't know.
I
don't
really
know.
appreciated you coming on tonight, though. This was fun.
Yeah.
I appreciate Greg plays poker. I don't want to know, Andy. I don't need to know that one.
I don't think it's the kind of poker you're thinking about.
Yeah, he's
I had to go there, Sabrina. I had
I
to.
know. Hey, you said it, and I just, had to laugh.
Yeah, it was
You're
there.
the one who said it first.
It was right there. I had to,
Yeah. Well, I do appreciate you having me. This has been a pleasure. Poker.
That's it.
Poker.
Poker. Poker.
We
Why
don't know
does this
anything.
follow me.
She's just kind of hanging it up there, and leaving it there. So we have to guess.
I try my hardest to keep my 12-year-old boy brain out of these things. Anytime it comes back in, seriously.
It always happens on this show, doesn't it, Anthony?
Yes.
Well, every time I see you, Jody, it happens.
She's a pervert.
Not really.
Well, you're a closet pervert.
Closet pervert. That's it. The closet pervert.
I'm messing.
That's fine. I'll get you someday. Next time I see you. But how about we dress up next week?
We're all Jesuits. Yeah. We're gonna dress next week. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my Halloween outfit.
Well,
Yes.
thank you, Andy. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, just at the wedding, your wedding outfit was dress up enough, don't you think?
Exactly. You guys, oh my God, you look so amazing. So amazing. I loved it.
Everybody did. Everybody did
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Everybody there looked amazing.
Poor daughter's
It was
sleeping.
so cool.
She's sleeping.
I was like, I thought I had a special wedding. I had like a beach wedding. They can't see you. Sorry. My son is like doing the moonwalk past the room. And I'm like, you're not on camera.
Oh, darn.
But I thought I had an amazing wedding because I had the beach wedding. I'm like, I want a wedding, a Viking wedding.
After seeing all that, I know.
I know. I was like, why didn't I think of that?
Well, we're
Oh
going
my
to hit the
God.
road, people. I really appreciate everybody watching, everybody
Thank
going
you,
in the chat
Stacey.
room. And Stacy, thank you so much. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me. This was
Hopefully
fun.
we can have you back again in the future. And Anthony and Sabrina, always
Yes,
love you
thank
guys.
you guys.
You're very welcome.
Wonderful talking to you. I miss you. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yeah, you definitely will. Definitely will. Hopefully sooner than later, right?
Are you going to be at Parunity or?
I will not. I'm not vending Parunity. I may pop in, but I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I'm going to try to pop in.
Popping in. I'm not vending, but I am popping. Come here, Noah.
He's all dressed up. It's next week, hon. Next week. We're dressing up next week, hon.
And these are my children.
That's fine. They're great.
They are.
We'll see you guys all again. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you all next week. Make sure you all tune in. We're going to tell
Good night, everyone. Thank you
our
for
paranormal stories. Woo. Good
How do I
night.
leave?